जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन। जमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस प्रव्राजकाचार्य स्वामी गृह श्री भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद पृष्ठ भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। निताई गौर हरि प्रेमानंदे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। So I will be reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 8, entitled Question by King Parīkṣit, text number 9. Please repeat. Ajaḥ sṛjati bhūtāni bhūtātmā yad-anugrahāt dadṛśe yena tad-rūpaṁ nābhi-padma-samudbhavaḥ ajaḥ sṛjati bhūtāni bhūtātmā yad-anugrahāt dadṛśe yena yad-rūpaṁ nābhi-padma-samudbhavaḥ ajaḥ sṛjati bhūtāni bhūtātmā yad-anugrahāt dadṛśe yena tad-rūpaṁ nābhi-padma-samudbhavaḥ ajaḥ sṛjati bhūtāni bhūtātmā yad-anugrahāt dadṛśe yena tad-rūpaṁ nābhi-padma-samudbhavaḥ Mataji. Is it possible somebody can come in front of me? Otherwise I have to see like this or this. Nobody is here. There is a fan here. No problem. Ajaḥ, one who is born without a material source. Sṛjati, creates. Bhūtāni, all those materially born. bhūta-ātmā, having a body of matter. Yad, whose. Anugrahāt, by the mercy of. dadṛśe, could see. Yena, by whom. tad-rūpaṁ, his form of body. Nābhi, navel. Padma, lotus flower. Samudbhavaḥ, being born of. Translation, purport by Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Śrīla Prabhupada. Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Brahmā, who was not born of material source, but of the lotus flower coming out of the navel, abdomen of the Lord, is the creator of all those who are materially born. Of course, by the grace of the Lord, Brahmā was able to see the form of the Lord. Please repeat. Brahmā, who was not born of material source, but of the lotus flower, coming out of the navel abdomen of the Lord, is the creator of all those who are materially born. Of course, by the grace of the Lord, Brahmā was able to see the form of the Lord. Purport. The first living creature, Brahmā, is called ajaḥ because he did not take his birth from the womb of a mother, materially born. He was directly born from the bodily expansion of the lotus flower of the Lord. Thus, it is not readily understandable whether the body of the Lord and that of Brahmā are of the same quality or different. So this is the question. This must also be clearly understood. One thing is, however, certain, Brahmā was completely dependent on the mercy of the Lord, because after his birth, he could create living beings by the Lord's grace only, and he could see the form of the Lord. Whether the form seen by Brahmā is of the same quality as that of Brahmā is a bewildering question. And Mahārāja Parīkṣit wanted to get clear answer from Śukadeva Gosvāmī. Om ajñānatimirandhasya jñānāñjana-salākaya चक्षुर्जनमिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Paschata Desatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So, here we are in the holy land of Mahaprabhu, Mayapur Dham, and going to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, which is life and soul of Mahaprabhu and his follower. As it is described, Aradhyo Bhagavan Brajesa Tanaya tad-dhāma vrindavanam ramya kājudapāsana brajavadhu baragenava kalpita Srimad Bhagavatam praman avalambam prema pumartho mahan Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mritamidam tatradaro na para. So, the life and soul of Mahaprabhu and his follower is Srimad Bhagavatam. It's unfortunate to see, I heard there are 7,000 devotees here and there are hardly 70 devotees here. Very unfortunate. This is not very good. Anybody from management here? Anybody? Yad acharati sṛjati. No managers. Better you tell your management. I will also bring it up. We are discussing in fact. Anyway, so this Bhagavatam is none different from Krishna. It is Krishna's form. In Padma Purana, it describes the different part of the Lord with comparison with Srimad Bhagavatam. That Padau, Yadau, Prathamaditiyau, the first canto Bhagavatam and second canto Bhagavatam is Padau, means two legs of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, if leg is strong, then it will help body to do so many things, even going to Vrindavan. Now, the leg is foundation one way. Therefore, in any building or anything, foundation need to be strong. So, leg need to be strong. Therefore, we must understand the first canto and second canto Bhagavatam very nicely. They are the leg, they are the foundation of understanding Srimad Bhagavatam. Tirtaya Turiyo Katito Yaduraha and third canto and fourth canto are two thighs of the Lord. Nābhi-padma pancham evam sasto bhujantar dojugam tanyayo. The fifth canto is the navel of the Lord. Sixth and seventh canto is the hand. Eighth canto is the heart. Kantastu rajan naumo. Ninth canto is the throat of the Lord. Mukharabindam dasam prafullam. And 10th canto is the lotus face of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ekadaso yascha lalata patta. 11th canto is the forehead of the Lord. Shropi yadvadas eva bhati. And 12th canto is the head of the Lord. Then, Sutta Goswami said, Namami devam karunanidhanam tamalabaranam suhitavataram apara sansara samudra setu bhajamahe bhagavatam sarupam. Bhajam aham bhagavatam sarupam. O my Lord, you have incarnated in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. I worship you. Bhajami aham, I worship you. This Bhagavatam is apara sansara samudra setu. It is very difficult to cross over this nescience of material world. Daivi esa gudamayi mam maya durattaya. But this Bhagavatam is like samudra setu. It's like a bridge to cross over. So, anybody who is sincere, serious or desirous to get out of this material world, better take shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam. Study scrutinizingly. Prabhupada wanted devotee to study his books, whether Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Nectar of Devotion, etc., etc. Otherwise, we will simply waste our time in eating, sleeping, mating and depending, and thus we will miss the opportunity of going back home, back to Godhead. So this Bhagavatam can take us samudra setum. This is the setu, this is the bridge for us to go back home, back to Godhead. This Bhagavatam is full up with question answer. I gave Hindi class yesterday and same section is going on. So, full up with question answer. Everywhere question answer going on. I am sure the devotees who are not here in class, they are also busy in question answer. Somebody asking what is happening in temple. Somebody saying this is happening. Somebody saying what time is prasadam. Somebody will say this time prasadam. Somebody will say I have to go wash my cloth and what not. So many question answers. There are many kind of question answer. This world is full up with question answer. As in beginning of this Bhagavatam, the second verse itself, Śukadeva Gosvāmī, after glorifying Parīkṣit Mahārāja question, he said, Srotavyādi nirājendra nirāsanti sahasrasa apasyatam atma-tattvam grihesu grihemedhinam. Those persons who are materially engrossed, being blind to the knowledge of ultimate truth, having many subject matter for hearing in the human society. And Prabhupada, in the Purport, he said that people are too busy in talking. Question, answer, everywhere. Go in marketplace, there is question, answer. But what kind of question, answer should be discussed, that we find from Srimad Bhagavatam. So, first of all, any question, answer, asking question is a sign of intelligence. That's what Prabhupada said. Any question, answer, if it has a relationship with Krishna, then this is good. And if you have no relation with Krishna, then simply waste of our life, waste of our breath, waste of our time. We are killing ourselves if we are not doing the question answer about Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There are three kinds of question answer. The three kinds of question. In mood of ignorance, in mood of passion, and mood of goodness. So, mood of ignorance, a question asked in mood of ignorance is I know the answer, but to put somebody down, I ask the question. Right? We do this many times. I mean, sometimes people they challenge a speaker also, whether he knows or not. So this kind of question is in mood of ignorance. Like Raghugan was asking to Jadbharat, looks like you have not eaten for so long, you are very weak, like that. So he was sarcastic. So this question is taunting way. This is in mood of ignorance. Then question asked for oneself, like I am not sure and I want to know the answer. Like Arjun asked, Karapanya doso upahata svabhava pikchami tvam dharma samudbhavaḥ yasryan nischitan bruhintaname sisasteham sadhimam tvam prapanna. So that kind of question is in mood of passion. And then the question which is asked for everyone, where everyone gets benefit by that question. That question is question in mood of goodness. And those kind of questions are praiseworthy. Like the Saunakadi Rishi, they asked 6 questions in beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto. And after hearing the question, Sutta Goswami was very pleased. And he said, Munaya sadho prishtoyam bhavadi bhavaloka mangalam yat krita krishna samprasna yenatma samprasiddhati. Say, Munaya sadho prishtoyam. O sage of Naimisaranya, you have asked the glorious question, Munaya sadho prishtoyam. Why it is glorious? To know the answer or hear the answer is beneficiary for one and all. Bhavadi bhavaloka mangalam. It is auspicious for loka. Loka means one and all. Bhavadi bhavaloka. Yat krita krishna samprasno. If any question which is asked, which has relation with Krishna, the answer to question and the answer to that question, yad-anugrahāt samprasiddhati. The person who asks the question, the person who gives the answer, and person who hears, they all will be satisfied. Yad-anugrahāt samprasiddhati. That living being will be joyful in every way. So the questions should be asked which are relation to Krishna. Even in the beginning of the very first sloka of the second canto, after Parīkṣit Mahārāja asked the question, what should a person do who is about to die? Right? That was his question. Now, somebody can say, hey, he asked this question, this looks like in the mood of passion. He asked for himself, because he was going to die in 7 days. So he asked for himself. But is it for himself? Is there here anybody who is not going to die? Anybody here? We all are going to die. So this question has a relationship with one and all. That is the definition of Sattvic question. Ask for the benefit of others. Had a relation with Krishna. What should a person do who is about to die? We all are about to die. We may think I will live for 100 years, but we are about to die any moment. Be ready. And if we are convinced about this, that I am about to die, then only we can become Krishna conscious. This is the secret of becoming Krishna conscious. When we are convinced that I am going to live for 100 years, don't worry, I can chant tomorrow, I don't need to chant today. I can go to Bhagavatam class tomorrow, I have still time. But one who is convinced that I am about to die any moment, let me chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, after hearing this question, Śukadeva Gosvāmī was so pleased, so pleased. He said, Bariyane sate prasna kirto lokahita nirpam atmavid sammata punso srottavyadisu yapara. Oh my dear Parīkṣit, what a wonderful question you have asked. Bariyanes te prasna. Your question is the topmost among any question. Why? Krite lokahita nirpam. This can bring auspiciousness to one and all. Any question asked about the soul, super soul, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or relation with sammata punsa, or relation with Krishna, sratavyadisu yapara. These are the answer to these questions are the topmost in priority of hearing. Yapara. So, after, this, actually, all our scripture is full of with question answer. Bhagavad Gita is full of with question answer. Bhagavatam is full of with question answer. The question and answer. This is the way of discussion. So, in this particular chapter, earlier, the question answer was between Narad Muni and Brahmā. Now this chapter is the question answer between Parīkṣit Mahārāja and Śukadeva Gosvāmī. So what I will do, because there is nothing much on this verse, so I will just refresh the memory of every word, that what were the question asked so far. So first question was asked, कि ओ नारद ब्रह्मणा चोदितो ब्रह्मन् गुणा आख्यान गुणस्य च यस्मै यस्मै यथा प्राह नारदो देव दर्शन. Narad Muni, who was ordered by his father Brahmā to go and spread Krishna consciousness. Jare dekho tare kaha Krishna upadesh. You go and give everybody Krishna consciousness. Naradji is very expert in giving Krishna consciousness. So the first sloka and two sloka, both sloka describe that Brahmā asked him to go and deliver Krishna consciousness. So how did Narada spoke to different people? Did he speak same to everybody, or different people, different thing? How did he do? So devotee of the Lord, they are very expert. They are saying, it's not what you say, but how you say. The goal is to bring everyone closer to Krishna. So devotee should be expert. Now, one cannot be expert by simply by reading books. There are three kinds of knowledge, called acquired knowledge. Other is called, realized knowledge. And third is called revealed knowledge. So acquired knowledge, I hear Bhagavatam class, I read Bhagavatam and go on speaking. Now that will bring some benefit to hearer, but not full benefit. Because we do not know the person's circumstances, we do not know his karma, we do not know the situation. So, talking about Krishna is always beneficiary. So from acquired knowledge, like nowadays in India, we have a lot of motivational speaker. This is coming from acquired knowledge. And it will have a very temporary effect. It's emotional basically. But one who is practicing, one who is living by what he is talking, that is called realized knowledge. And that knowledge will have much better effect. And then someone who is pure devotee, like Śrīla Prabhupada, so he speaks, that knowledge is called revealed knowledge. Divyagyan hridaya prakashita. The Lord is one who is dictating that person. So this is Lord word. So Lord word is always powerful word. So Narad Muni knowledge is revealed knowledge. He does not speak from reading from here, there. He just speaks whatever Lord says to him to speak. And how to engage one, he knows. You know how he engaged Mrigari so nicely in service of the Lord. We know how Mahārāja Chitraketu's son, when he was dead, and Chitraketu wanted his son. When he saw Narada and Angira, he was begging for his son. Well, somebody can say, Narad Muni, why didn't pacify him? Why didn't he preach to him? But Narad Muni saw that if I preach, nothing will go in his brain. It will go off head. So what did he do? What did he do? He brought the dead son back in life, right? And he preached through that soul. So devotees should be expert to know how to preach, when to preach, and what to preach. Sometimes keeping quiet is also very good. This is also preaching. Too much talking is not only preaching, but sometimes quiet is also preaching. Rather, the saintly person, they are the pure devotee, they know according to time, place and circumstances. Raghugana, when Bharatji was carrying him, he could have started speaking from very beginning. But no, he kept quiet. And that helped. So that was the first question. So Naradji, this was the thing, कि how yasmai yasmi yatha praha. Praha means prakrishna rupena aha. He spoke very nicely. So when we talk Krishna consciousness, we must talk very sweetly, not aggressive way. Praha. It should be pleasing to ear. The word having is praha. Narado deva darshanam. Who is Narad? Usually people don't know in India, Narad means one who makes fight. Right? That is called Narad. The Naradgiri kar raha hai. One who makes fight. But no. The Narad means Narada iti Narad. Nar means the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Da means giver. One who is the giver of Supreme Personality of Godhead is called Narada. Therefore the word has been used here, Deva Darshana. Deva Darshana. One whose audience is as good as that of any demigod. Or Deva Darshana means one who can introduce you to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the Narada. That is Narada. Then verse number 3, he says that, O my dear Śukadeva Gosvāmī, kindly explain me, how can I be free from all the attachment and only think of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Kathayasya mahabhaga yatha aham akilatmani krishne nivesya nisangam manastyakshe kalevaram nisangam. How can I be free from the connection with the matter and fix my mind fully in the thought of Supreme Personality of Godhead at the time of death. This should be goal of everyone. What Parīkṣit Mahārāja asked this question, we should also be asking every day. How much my mind is thinking about Krishna? How much I thought today? How much I thought yesterday? And how much I am thinking about sense gratification? Because at the time of death, our mind should be 100% thinking about Krishna. Antakale cha mameva asmaran uttava kalevaram. So, antakal, or time of death, we should give up this body or leave this body thinking about Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then, his text number 4, he said, I know it, I heard this katha earlier also. It's not like first time he asking this question. He had heard about glory of the holy name, glory of hearing Bhagavatam, Ramayana, everything. So he said, I know that only way to become free from the connection of matter is if one faithfully hears and chants, then his heart becomes clean. Shrunutam svakatha Krishna punya sravana kirtanam hridayantasthahi avhadrani vidhunoti suhishtam. Heart becomes clean and the Lord resides there. Then how to hear? That has been described in text number 5. Pravishta karanarandhrena sthanam bhava sarorvaham dhunoti samalam krishnam salyasya yathasrat. So nice. So Krishna consciousness is received from the ear. The ear is the source of all knowledge. Today, whatever we have attachment, that attachment is due to hearing. We have heard. If any ear which does not hear Hari Katha, that's called the hole where the poisonous snake keeps entering. So if somebody is not hearing Krishna Katha, then this ear is nothing but a hole from which the poisonous thing keeps entering in our heart. So ear is very important, means hearing is very. Therefore all the scripture talks about hearing. First verse, first out of Navada Bhakti, first says Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Sravanam. Mother Kunti said, Shramanti Gayanti Gidant Abhikshasa Smaranti Bandhanti Tavehitam Jana Saeva Pasyanti Yachirena Tavaka Bhava Pravaho Paramam Padambhujam Bhava Pravaho Paramam Padambhujam. If anybody wants to cross over this material world, then he must hear. He hear from a bona fide spiritual master, a bona fide source. And that hearing will clean our heart. Dhunoti samalam Krishna sallasya yathasrat. It will cleanse the heart. Satam prasangamam virja samvido bhavanta hirta karna rasayana katha. Hirta karna, the heart gets clean and ear gets clean. That was the... And then the Lord appears in the heart. Then, next verse, the bhūta-ātmā purusha Krishna padamulam namunchati. If somebody whose heart and ear is clean, then when his heart becomes pure, then Krishna resides there, and that living entity does not leave the lotus feet of the Lord even for a moment. Okay, so this much he asks. Now start from different question. start from verse number 7. 7, 8 and 9. There all three verses has a relationship. So, the first verse, verse number 7 says that the living entity is the transcendental, Sachidanand, and the body is material. So how does a spiritual entity or transcendental soul gets connected with this material body? Okay? The first question. Second question, he asks that living entities has a different kind of body. According to their karma, elephant has a big body. Living entity size is same. Elephant has a big body. An ant has a small body. Forget elephant and ant. Even among us, we all have different kind of body. But living entity is same. Soul is the same. So this body is designed according to soul or according to super soul. Because super soul also resides here with the soul. Soul has no existence without super soul. So the second question is that how does the super soul, for body, for soul I can understand, this body is due to the soul. But super soul has gigantic body, Virat Swarup, Paramatma. So how does he enter in this body? The second question. And today's verse, here, verse number 9, talks about ajaḥ, sṛjati bhūtāni. There are three things have been described in this. One is about Brahmā, that Brahmā was born of the source of Brahmā is not material thing. He is not born of a mother. He is known as ajaḥ. You all must be knowing there are three kinds of Vishnu, right? Karanodakṣayi Vishnu, Garbhodakṣayi Vishnu, and Kshirodakṣayi Vishnu. I asked yesterday, and I am asking you all also today. If all these three Vishnu comes here, how will you identify which one is Karanodakṣayi Vishnu, which one is Kshirodakṣayi Vishnu, and which one is Garbhodakṣayi Vishnu? Come on, intelligent boys, mothers. If all Vishnu are here, how will you recognize who is Karanodakṣayi, who is Garbhodakṣayi, and who is Kshirodakṣayi? Come on. Easy one you got, eh? He said, Garbhodakṣayi Vishnu, Brahmā comes from the lotus. Yes, Mataji. Bolo. You were down yesterday?
Kshirodakṣayi is standing up. Yes, I heard.
Okay. You will get 70%.
But Srila Prabhupada says that actually they are all the same. In one verse he says they are all the same, but they take different form like you are saying. Right?
Yeah, it is, all are same. Just like a man who is a judge and who is husband to his wife. Man is the same, but his activity is different. In court he is judge, at home he is father, husband, so on and so forth. So dealing will be different. Anyway, so Karanodakṣayi Vishnu, he sleeps. Sheshnag is in all Vishnu, first of all, right? Sheshnag will be there. Karanodakṣayi Vishnu is sleeping, as he said, brahmachari, he is all alone. And he is thinking about creation. So from his sans praswas, inhaling, exhaling, the universe is created. Garbhodakṣayi Vishnu is grihastha. Hey Lakshmi Devi, right? But without Lakshmi, without touching wife, he can produce a son. That is the mystery. So it says that for producing a child, you don't need a woman, you need a man. Child is produced due to the semen of the man. Women are one who takes care, preserves it. Just like Dronacharya, he was not born of any mother. Same way Kripacharya, Kripi, they are not born of any mother. So was Brahma. So Garbhodakshayi Vishnu is simple. In lotus flower comes and Brahma. Kshirodakshayi Vishnu has two functions. One, he is Paramatma in our heart to witness. And second is, he is the maintainer of the universe. So as a Paramatma in the heart, he is always standing. You see the Isopanishad, the photo there, Sesnagi there. So that is Kshirodakshayi Vishnu as Paramatma. And when he is sitting with Lakshmi in the left side, then that is Paramatma, or that is the Kshirodakshayi Vishnu who is the maintainer. Because Lakshmi is one who provides the Lakshmi to maintain. So that is the difference, you must know. Anyway, so in this verse, it said that Brahma comes out from the navel of, this is one thing. Second thing, Brahma is one who creates moving and non-moving everyone. He is the creator of everything. And third is, Brahma has a special mercy, anugrahāt. Anugrah means a special mercy or causeless mercy, by which he can see the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now this one has two questions. One question is, he said, ajaḥ sṛjami bhūtāni bhūtātmā. Aja means Brahma, sṛjati means creates, bhūtāni means living entity, and bhūtātmā means the body or the matter. The first question is, does Brahma create the living entity or Karanaksaya Vishnu? The first question. He said, ajaḥ sṛjami bhūtāni. According to this one, he said, Brahma creates the living entities and the body, soul and body both created by Brahma. Prabhupada said here in the purport, Brahma was completely dependent on the okay. Thus, it is not readily understandable whether the body of the Lord and the Brahma are of the same quality or different. This is the other question. This must also be clearly understood. One thing is, however, certain, Brahma was completely dependent on the mercy of the Lord, because after his birth, he could create living beings. He could create living beings by the Lord's grace only. So what is that Lord grace? Because according to the sloka, I said, ajaḥ sṛjami bhūtāni bhūtātmā yad-anugrahāt. By the mercy of the Lord, he could create the body and soul both. Other thing, dadṛśe yena tad-rūpam. He looks, how does he look? Prabhupada here said, whether the form seen by Brahma is of the same quality as the Brahma is a bewildering question. And Mahārāja Parīkṣit wanted to get clear answer from Śrīla Śukadeva Gosvāmī. So now, as I said in this verse, there are three things are mentioned. One, about the birth of Brahma, how he was born. Second, Brahma is the creator of this moving and non-moving, bhūtāni, bhūtātmā, all the creature. And third, by the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is able to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face. Lord took him and gave a tour to Vaikuntha planet. That will hear in third canto of Bhagavatam later on. So these are the question and answer we will be hearing later on. Now time is up and I have to leave by 9 o'clock. If anybody has any question or comment, 5 minutes is time. Hare Krishna. Mike.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu, did you say that Brahma creates the soul? Did you say that Brahma creates the souls?
That's what this is the question. This is the question asked by Parīkṣit Mahārāja. Here it said, ajaḥ sṛjami bhūtāni. Bhūtāni means living entities. And aja means Brahma. Sṛjami means the creator.
So he's asking it.
He is asking, does Brahma create the living entity and the body? It appears like here in this verse. I mean, creation has two different things. One is, it can also be, which is, what you are asking question is the right question. Answer will be given later on. That just like this building has been created by somebody has built. But he brought cement from somewhere. He brought iron from somewhere. He brought brick from somewhere. He brought some architect from somewhere. And he assembled everything and said, I build this building. Then I build this building. But he did not create the cement. He did not create the steel. He didn't make the brick. He assembled everything. So the answer can be yes, Brahma did create all these things, but he only assembled. The living entity came from Karanodakshaya Vishnu. Rather, everything came from there. All 24 tattva came, from him. And then he himself came as Kala Prachodita, in order to make things work. So, indirectly, yes, but we say Brahma is creator. Brahma is, you build a building, say, I build this building. But things came from different places. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for your nice class. Prabhuji, you mentioned that there are three kinds of questions. Question in the mode of ignorance, question in the mode of goodness, and question in the mode of passion. But we also hear about Shuddha Sattva, pure goodness. So, can you tell that questions related to Krishna is in the level of pure goodness? I am just asking to clarify.
I'm not talking about a mundane question. I am talking about a spiritual question. In a spiritual question also there are variety. In a spiritual question, what I spoke, these three different kind of asking, I'm not talking about mundane question. That is not even a question. So the question is something which are relation with soul and super soul or Krishna and things like that. So that are transcendental. You can call it Visuddha Sattva, but in that also there are three categories: first class, second class, or third class. So there are three kind of question. That's what I mean to say. Yeah, you can say Visuddha Sattva, but what is not Visuddha Sattva? Parīkṣit Mahārāja asking what a person should do a time of death, that also Visuddha Sattva question. Gopi asking to Krishna what kind of lover you are, that is also Visuddha Sattva question. Mode of goodness. Yes,
thank
Prabhu.
you.
Hare Krishna. Vaikuntha, the descriptions of Vaikuntha, sometimes there's confusion. Vaikuntha, Vishnu is in the material world and Vaikuntha is there. And then there's we have a separate understanding that the three quarters of the creation is material, spiritual, no? And Vaikuntha is separate from the material world. And in Vaikuntha, in the spiritual world, Narayan is there, no? Not Vishnu.
Where did you hear this one?
Oh, Vishnu is in the spiritual world.
Well, there are different Vaikuntha, Krishna Vaikuntha, Ram Vaikuntha, Varaha Vaikuntha, Narsingh Vaikuntha, Vishnu Vaikuntha. Narayana is only Prime Minister of Vaikuntha. He is the head of Vaikuntha. He is Narayana. But there are Vaikuntha where Ram resides. There are Narsingh Vaikuntha. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu describes to Sanatana Goswami in Chaitanya Charitamrita about this thing. Narsingh Dev in Vaikuntha is not like what we see here. He is in 4 arms, Sankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, beautiful face. Everybody looks like a same. But they have Vaikuntha. So Vishnu is there in Vaikuntha. An expansion of that Vishnu comes here in 3 forms, called as Karunadaksaya Vishnu, Garbhadaksaya Vishnu, and Kshirodaksaya Vishnu. We do 12 tilak, Kesavaya Namaha, Narayana Namaha, Madhavaya Namaha, Govindaya Namaha, Sri Vishnuve Namaha. So from here it comes.
Prabhuji, the division, like the division from the spiritual world to the material world, where is the descriptions of this? Like, there is a description
Goloka dhamni nija dhamni tale tatasya devi mahesh hari dham sute sutesu te te prabhavo nichaya vihitanscha jena govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. If you read Brahma Samhita, in very beginning, before you come Chintamani Prakara, before that, the whole description of the spiritual realm is described. Read that. All right, better I'll leave. Yes, go ahead, last question.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for a nice class. In the beginning you were asking why we have only so many devotees and why we don't have any managers here. Today at least we have 70 devotees since last few days because we had Vyasa Puja, Bhakti Charu Maharaj, and usually there are hardly 10-15 devotees.
It's sad, it's really sad, and I am one of the MAB member, I am going to take it up.
Okay, thank you Prabhu. Prabhu, we have a wonderful process, Abhideya, which Srila Prabhupada gave us, which is very effective in becoming devotees. I understand you're in management, and what is your opinion how to ensure that this process is followed in the right way so the devotees can actually get the benefit? One thing you mentioned is, if the managers are present. I also noticed that the Bhagavatam class speaker in Mayapur, today I see Premanjan Prabhu, it's very nice, but usually they only come to give the class, but the rest of the year we don't see them in the class. Every speaker, they just come, give class. And
this is called hypocrisy.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, our training was in 70s. The training was, if you don't sit in class, you cannot give class. If you don't come to Mangala Arati, you cannot give class. I still follow. The day I don't come Mangala Arati, for some reason, there is no question of not coming, but some reason I am traveling, came late, I don't give class, I hear. Otherwise, this will be acquired knowledge. You come, give class and go. Don't practice. Yad-anugrahāt sṛjati. When Krishna said, the 4 times he gave emphasis on practice or showing example. Yat acharati sṛjati tat. Yat and tat. 4 times. For acharan or for behavior. And for speaking, sa yat pramana kurute lokas tat anuvartam, only 2 times. So, being exemplary has more power than just speaking. We should do this thing. Yes, management, we had meeting yesterday, we are talking about, and we are going to bring it up.
Thank you, Prabhu, because the managers are making all the decisions, and Srila Prabhupada wanted the most Krishna conscious people to actually do the management. not just they have some managerial skills, because they are making decisions
Well,
for the whole community.
Chanak Pandit said we should hear both sides. You can also find out their shortcoming. They may have some problem also. What is the thing? If somebody say, I am managing, there is no question of excuse. This is nonsense. There is no management that time. Bhagavatam class, Mangalarti program, no management. Management, you come and sit down in class. That is the best management. Don't think that you are manager, you are managing. Krishna is managing. Radharani is managing. We are only instrument. We are not manager. So, yes, everybody should. No excuse for not coming to morning program. This is the only thing that we have. As a devotee, we are sadhaka. The sadhana bhakti is must. Prabhupada, everything he dictated on dictaphone. But this one, he wrote by his own lotus hand. All the devotee connected to Krishna consciousness movement must follow four regular principles, must chant 16 rounds, must attend morning and evening program, must attend Mangalarti, class, Guru Puja, morning and evening program, he said. Means Bhagavad Gita class and Bhagavatam class. I mean, if they are not coming for Bhagavatam class, where to say about Bhagavad Gita class nowadays?
We should have a Chaitanya Charitamrita
Anyway,
class
it is
in
management thing that we will take it up, but it's sad, it's not good.
In Mayapur, it would be nice to have a evening Chaitanya Charitamrita class.
No,
But
you got to be recipient of Chaitanya Charitamrita. We were taught first Isopanishad, then Upadesamrita, then Bhagavad Gita, then Nectar of Devotion, then Bhagavatam, and then Chaitanya Charitamrita. And Prabhupada gave only two, morning Bhagavatam class and evening Bhagavad Gita class. Tamal Krishna Maharaj once told that Prabhupada compared this with a spiritual sandwich. In sandwich, there are bread on the top and bread down, and in between kakdi and tomato. So same way, morning Bhagavatam class, evening Bhagavad Gita class. Morning program, evening program. During daytime, do your service. That becomes a spiritual sandwich. You'll become healthy by having a spiritual sandwich. Hare Krishna. Thank you.